All right, let's dive into one of the most incredible arcs in the entire Dragon Ranger saga. We're talking about a story that's all about destiny, a loss that feels absolutely devastating, and a rebirth that literally changes everything.
So, let's kick things off with a prophecy. But listen, this is not one of those hopeful, chosen one kind of prophecies. No. This comes straight from Alpha, the ancient leader of the dragons. And it's a vision of, well, absolute extinction. I mean, the stakes just got cranked up to 11.
Okay, so this horrifying vision of destruction, it completely flies in the face of a legend that's been like the bedrock of hope for this entire world. So let's break down what that old legend was and just how badly this new prophecy is about to wreck everything.
Okay, so to really get why Alpha's vision is such a big deal, you gotta understand what the Dragonheart even is. It's not a person, right? It's this incredibly powerful spiritual thing, basically the combined souls of tons of ancient dragons all rolled into one. It was created way back in the day out of pure desperation to beat the big bad Armageddon, and ever since, it's been the ultimate symbol of hope for everyone. And right here, you can see the conflict just laid out plain as day. On one side, you have the old legend that everyone's clung to for generations. It promised the Dragonheart would come back, they'd win the final battle, everything's gonna be great. But Alpha's new vision, it just flips the whole thing on its head. It's not about a return, it's about annihilation. And that clash between what was promised and what's now feared, that's the engine driving this whole arc. But here's the thing. This huge, epic, world-ending threat, it's not just some abstract thing. It's also super personal. And it all comes down to the hidden past of one character, Princess Aurora, and a promise she made when she was just a kid that basically shaped her entire life. So picture this. 12 years ago, Aurora's life just falls apart. She and her brother are attacked by this brutal warlord, Galagaios, the same guy who just killed their parents and destroyed their kingdom. Total nightmare. But they get saved by this legendary hero, a guy named Jinrai. He looks after them for a couple of years, but then, right before he goes off for his final showdown with Galagaios, he makes Aurora promise him something. He makes her swear a vow. Find my son and protect him.
And man, you can just feel the weight of that promise, can't you? It became everything to her. It wasn't just a promise, it was a debt she had to repay to the man who saved her. But, and this is a big but, it also created this huge internal conflict for her. Because as time went on, she fell in love with someone, and she felt like she was betraying that sacred vow every single day.
And this right here, this is where it all comes to a head. We're at a critical turning point. Aurora's past, that solemn vow, and her present feelings are about to crash into each other in a twist that is so shocking, it connects her personal promise directly to the fate of the entire world.
So, you gotta be asking the same question she's been asking, right? Who is this mysterious son of Jinrai? Who is this boy she spent 10 years looking for, the one she feels so guilty about because she fell in love with someone else?
Well, the answer is, it's Reyes. The same Reyes she has these deep, complicated feelings for. The son of her hero and the boy she loves, they're the same person. It turns out her promise and her heart were never at war. They were pointing to the exact same guy all along. I mean, talk about intertwined destinies. It doesn't get more connected than this.
Okay, but just as they're having this incredible, life-altering revelation, bam, the prophecy of destruction kicks into high gear. We're talking a hard cut to the fated battle where Galagaios, yeah, the same monster who destroyed her family, is back to finish the job.
So Rice steps up to face Galagaios in his super powerful golden Drakengard form. Think of it as this angelic warrior designed specifically to take down supernatural evil. But Galagaios, he's smart and he's cruel. He knows there's a loophole, a fatal flaw in this form. It literally cannot harm a regular human. So in this absolutely brilliant and twisted move, Galagaios drops his demonic form just for a second, turning back into a plain old man, and stabs Rice right through the heart.
And in that one awful moment, everything clicks into place. Two massive truths are revealed. One, Reyes is the Dragonheart. And two, Alpha's prophecy. It was right all along. As Reyes goes down, the life force of every single dragon in Ryugia just starts to flicker out. They're literally falling from the sky. All hope is just gone.
And to rub salt in the wound, Galagaios basically gloats to the entire world. He psychically broadcasts the image of the fallen Dragonheart to all the other Rangers. You can just imagine it. Their morale is completely shattered. Their link to their dragons is cut. This is it.
This is rock bottom, the absolute moment of total despair.
But just when you think it's all over, this is where the story makes an incredible pivot. It shows us that fate isn't just decided by who's strongest in a fight. No, it can be completely reshaped by a single, powerful act of faith and love from just one person.
As Reyes is lying there, dying, Aurora just pours her heart out. She confesses everything. Her love, the fact that she finally knows who he is, and her absolute, unwavering faith in him. And she doesn't just call him Reyes. She calls him my Arel Faisal. And that one word, that single confession, it triggers a miracle.
So what the heck is Arel Faisal? Well, it's this ancient title that means the One King. But it's way more than just a name you call someone. It's a concept. It's the embodiment of the unified will of the entire world. You've got the will of nature, the will of humanity with Aurora, the will of heaven with the Dragonguard, and the will of dragons with Alpha. It turns out Reyes wasn't just the Dragonheart. He was actually just one piece of this much, much bigger puzzle.
So this isn't just a healing, it's a total transformation. You see, Reyes the boy, the piece of the puzzle who is fated to be destroyed, he gets reborn as Araupflace, the whole puzzle, the one destined to restore balance. Aurora's faith didn't just save his life, it unlocked his true potential. It let him become what he was always meant to be, something way, way bigger than just the Dragonheart.
And with this rebirth, everything changes. I'm not just talking about the battlefield. Arelfa's waking up isn't about winning one fight. It's about hitting the reset button on the destiny of the entire world.
So what does he do first? He just effortlessly strips Galigos of all his power. Done. Then, he speaks the Dragon Ranger Creed, and as he says the words, millions of dragon-shaped lights just fill the sky. They rain down all over the world, finding good, virtuous people and bonding with them, creating thousands of new Dragon Rangers on the spot. He didn't just save the dragons who were left, he brought them back from the brink of extinction.
So you can see, the world is now a totally different place. The immediate bad guy is dealt with, sure, but the long-term fallout? It's going to be massive. Now you've got thousands of new Rangers scattered across all these rival kingdoms. The whole global balance of power has just been thrown out the window. By solving one crisis, he's basically guaranteed that a new, probably even bigger war is coming.
And that leaves us with one final, really interesting thought, doesn't it? The story shows us that the prophecy of destruction, it was true. But it wasn't the whole truth. It didn't take into account the power of one person's faith to turn what should have been an ending into a brand new beginning. So the big question now is, with the world reset and a bigger war definitely on the way, can that same kind of personal faith still be enough to change the world?